Joining me to explore China's space technology and economy, Professor Yang Yuguang from China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation. We were speaking back in April when you were in Beijing, and you were talking about coming to the States, to Washington, D.C. for this conference this week. It's great to see you here. It's good that you were able to come. Talk to me about this 180-day experiment that's going on with these folks. How important is it, do you think?
Well, you see, staying in a very narrow space for a long time will cause many psychological and biological problems. In space, it will become more worse because there are also radiation and other microgravity effects. So Russia, the former Soviet Union, and United States have many of these kind of studies before. Now it's the turn for China to have this because China will have a future space station in maybe 2020. At that moment, a typical period for the expedition team will be about 180 days, which is very similar to that on SSS. And also in the future deep space missions, it is also necessary to study these kind of problems. So on the ground, we have some volunteers to study this will be a very good choice. And also some of the volunteers we choose are those from the Astronaut Research Center. So in the future, with these studies, we will have a better understanding of these kind of problems.
It's so interesting because so many folks want to go off and do space exploration. They dream of this sort of thing, but they don't think about being in that confined space and what that could do to your head. It's important to do these sort of studies, isn't it?
Exactly. In the future, human space flight will be more and more popular, and human space flight is also very important for Earth.
Now, in Beijing, a space economy forum just wrapped up. Talk to us about space economy. What exactly is that?
Well, as an engineer from the space field, I understand the space economy is the economic activities, those related to space technologies. You see, there are indirect and direct return of the space technology to the economy. For you see, the navigation satellites and also the Earth observation satellites can have very direct reward. We cannot live without these technologies. You can see with the GPS, they are very convenient to go to anywhere. So this kind of technology can have direct economic effects to us. And also the deep space program and also the human space exploration have indirect ones. You can recognize the internet. You can see how important internet is, but without the Apollo program, the internet cannot be developing so fast. And also with the development of this human space flight, we can have many advanced instruments, for instance, such as the MRI for the medical queue. So you see, the whole national economy, most of them can relate it to the space technology. So today, it is the right time to talk about the space economy. And because in the years before, all these space activities are mostly led by the government. And now, more and more, these kind of activities are engaged by the private sectors. And also, this will be more efficient to have these kind of activities with the attendance of the private companies. So in the future, space economy will be a very good trend for the future Chinese national economic development to have more commercial factors in it.
Let me ask you about, you're in town for this forum. You see a bright future for China's space program, but you also see collaboration perhaps with the United States. Talk to me about that.
Well, there are many reasons that the United States do not have some cooperation with China before, in the International Space Station program. You see, this is, to my understanding, mainly because of the historical reasons. You see, China starts its human space flight program in 1990s. At that moment, the whole project, the scheme of the International Space Station has already been confirmed. So maybe in the future, it is right moment for China and U.S. to cooperate together. The year before last, during the International Astronautics Congress in Toronto, I also talked to Mr. Charles Bolden, the administrator of NASA. Although maybe the U.S. Congress have some restrictions to forbid the NASA to cooperate with China, but the things may change in the future. And also because the human space flight and the deep space explorations, I mean the scientific research, do not have any military background. So in the future, this will be the most hopeful field for us to cooperate together.
That's fantastic. Mr. Yuguang, thanks so much for coming in. It was great to see you here in the studio after talking to you in Beijing. I'm sure we'll visit again in the future. Appreciate it.
If you like what you just saw, follow us on social media and visit our website, cctv-america.com.